Hello, this is Guillermo Campitelli, the unit coordinator of BSc 302. Here I'm going to explain what we are going to do in this unit and how it's designed to be run in semester 2 2020. So all the material is on LMS. This is running all online. There is no face-to-face components in this unit. There is also no live online lectures or tutorials. All the activity will be in videos or in the forum. I'm now going to explain all the instances that we have, but you don't have to sign up to any lecture at any specific time. You will be able to use the material as soon as it is published. So we've got we are going to use a forum in which you can post any questions you want, and there are two ways that I'm going to respond to this forum. One way is if I can answer quickly, I will provide an answer in the forum. And if the answer requires more elaboration, I'm going to record a video of me answering those questions. And I'm going to do that every 2 weeks. So here in practical module, you've got every 2 weeks, Q&A 1, Q&A 2, etc. So that's when in those weeks, I'm going to post the videos I record answering your questions. But if the question requires a quick answer, I will answer it in the forum. Importantly, if you have a question that is not personal, put it on the forum. Don't send me an email, because it's a waste of my time, and if I waste time, I waste time in dedicating to this unit if I have to answer the same question many times. So instead of doing that, if you put a question, if you have a question, put it on the forum so everybody can see my answer. And that could answer the question of many, many people, because believe me, most of the questions are the same. So, and also before asking the question, check the forum to see whether that question was answered already. Okay, so the forum is one instance for this unit. Then we will have in each week one theoretical module. And in the theoretical module, we will have a masterclass. In the masterclass, it has text, and embedded within the text, we have videos, several videos, short videos, could be 5, 6, 7 sometimes. And they are 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes a bit longer, but altogether will be around 1 hour of videos. And I have the text is notes that will guide you to in watching the video. Then we have the explainers in the theoretical module, which is this. So typically it's 1 or 2 longer videos there. Me talking about the issues in the masterclasses in a more informal way. And in this case, I'm talking about the unit. Then we have the practical module. And in the practical module, we will have usually some activity, which could be a quiz that you go through it on your own and you get feedback, whether the answers that you provide are correct or not. I'm not going to go through those answers unless there is a question, a specific question, and I can answer that in a video or in the forum. Then we will have step-by-step videos in which I'm explain how to do the analysis that I want you to do in JASP. So I'm going to show you how to download JASP, how to use the descriptives, distributions, and then how to do all the analysis. So that will be part of the practical module. And that's it. So there is no textbook. The material that you have to use to do well in the assignment and to do well in the exam and in the quizzes is in these instances that I mentioned here. There is no other material you need to use. Okay, so in regarding the assessments in this unit, you are going to have quizzes, and you can see here in the study schedule that in week 4, at the end of week 4, you will have 2 quizzes that the deadline to complete them is 23rd of August at just before midnight. And so these quizzes will be open for around a week, and so they will be available at the beginning of the week, and you have the whole week to complete them. So there are no, unless there are very special circumstances, there will be no extensions for doing this, because you've got a long time to complete them. And the quizzes will be about everything that has been taught in the week before, in the weeks before the quiz. So these quizzes will be 10 questions, typically multiple choice, and each one gives you 2.5% of the total marks in the unit. You will have another 2 quizzes in week 7, and you will have 2 quizzes at the end in week 14. Okay? So then we've got a lab report, and with the deadline in the 11th of October. And we are going to talk about that in a minute. And that gives you 40% of the marks. Then we've got the exam, which gives you another 40% of the marks. And finally, the research participation, that gives you 5% of the marks. So in research participation, you need to participate in 5 hours of research studies here at Murdoch University. And just by participating, you get these 5 points of credit. But you have to do it before the 15th week. The lab report consists of a causal model, data simulation, and then a report of 750 words only. Very short, you have to be very succinct. And in the report, you will have to create a design, a research, with a research question, and you will have to have a hypothesis in the form of a causal model. So we are going to see causal models in this week. So you can know what to do from week 1 in this part. This part of the research report. The data, there will be a simulation of data. I will provide the details in week 6 when we are talking about the research report. How to simulate data. Then you have to do some descriptive statistics with graphs, which we are going to see how to create graphs very early in the unit. The report, you will have soon to be published, a guide of how to do the report, what parts have to have, and as I said, it's 750 words. And the data analysis that you have to do, it will use Bayesian alternative to regression. So we are going to see that here, but actually most of what you have to do here is already covered in week 4 when we talk about linear model and model comparison, traditional and Bayesian. So here we are going to see it more theoretically, and so we are going to see the rationale of the model, so you will have an understanding. So until this week, if you want to work on the project, you can do a lot of it, and but then you will have to wait until this week to have the precise analysis you will have to report. And then after this, you will have part of this week, the break, and the whole of the other week to produce the report. But as I said, we are going to talk about the research report quite extensively in week 6. In terms of the content of the unit, the first 4 weeks will be more foundational. So we are going to see the concept of causality, and the concept of variables in a deeper way than we've done before in previous units. In week 2, we're going to see random variables, random variables as part of probability theory. In weeks 3 and 4, we are going to see a model that is essential in statistics, which is the linear model. And we are going to see first in week 3 the issue of parameter estimation, and in week 4 model comparison. And we are going to do it in 2 ways, the traditional way and the Bayesian way. In the practical models, we are going to see how we do that with JASP. As I said, in week 6, we do the research report, and in week 7, 8, and 9, we are going to do the Bayesian alternatives to different tests, that the typical tests, so the t-test, ANOVA, and regression. So after the break, we are going to go through a bit more advanced analysis, multi-level models, and then models with latent variables, factor analysis in week 12, and structural equation modeling in week 13. And finally, in week 14, we are going to do meta-analysis and 2 ways, the traditional way and the Bayesian way. Okay, thank you.